because y'all know what it is.
TNN Trap News Network.
I was with Rich Trapper.
I flex with you. What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? Rich Trapper tapping in TNN Trap News Network. Back in this thing, back in this thing. It's like cracking this thing here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge-ito you're not finna get in nobody's college-ito. Make sure you hit that notification bell at the top. Hit all. Stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest. Hit that like, hit that hype, hit that comment, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that share button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Make sure you tap in. Leave a comment because we're going back to the chili giveaway. So when we get to 31,000 subscribers, we're going to make sure that we pick the best comment between now and 31,000 subscribers. We're going to give you some chili, big dog. So it's important that you comment. It's important that you comment. It's important that you comment. Once we get 31,000 subscribers, we're going to make sure that we let y'all know an exact date and exact time that we will be doing a live to give away that money. You got Cash App, you got Apple Pay, you got Zelle, you got Venmo. Don't worry about it. We're going to make sure you get that chili. Make sure you hit that like button, that comment, that good subscribe button. TNN Trap News Network. We taking it back to the basics, man. What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? Rich Trapper tapping in TNN Trap News Network. Back in the same, like cracking the same here at TNN Trap News Network. Good news you can use. Good knowledge-ito. You're not finna get nobody's college-ito. Hit us with a like, with a comment, with a good subscribe for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. We finna jump right into this content. News you can use. Knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college. ADAM22 is talking about Flakko putting the case on the person who has unalived Drakeo the ruler. Now, it's going to be interesting because, you know what, we're going to stick to this. Later on, tap in for a Trap News Network investigative report. We're going to go deeper into it, but right now, let's stick to the facts. Right now, ADAM22 is talking about pathetic fatso putting the case on whoever unalived Drakeo the ruler. Let's get into that.
Let's do it, man. So,
I don't know if I said it. TNN, Trap News Network. Did I say it? Oh, I'm saying it twice. Let's say it again. We're going to get into the content.
Poetic Flakko has said that he's basically going to make a video where he reveals Drakeo's killer.
Pretty much. He said that without saying it. And I talked to him, too.
Yeah, and I got hit up last night. I know Munchie got hit up, too, by some people who are very upset about this, but I guess I'll read this. There's an arrest coming very soon in a famous LA rapper's death. My video's dropping once I get the green light to name the #1 suspect. The only reason the arrest hasn't happened yet is because they're building a conspiracy and don't want another famous rapper to flee. I don't want to interfere. If LAPD drag their feet another month, I'm dropping the content.
Hey, as soon as I seen it, I called him. I talked to him about it. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna say too much because
Now, this is going to be an interesting situation because this hits very close to home to Munchie B. We're going to watch this situation unfold a little bit more. But when it comes to Pathetic Fatso doing these types of content, at this point, nobody, in my opinion, should be upset with Pathetic Fatso because you guys thought it was funny when it was Big U. You guys thought it was funny when it was all these other people. So now when it's your turn to have your fat thrown in the fire, it should be comical all the exact same way. I've been saying for a long time that Pathetic Fatso was a cancer upon the Los Angeles culture, but y'all called me a hater and said, oh, Rich Trapper get into it with everybody. Meanwhile, Flakko's trying to put whomever, however, into another twist based off, helping solve an unsolved murder.
don't got nothing to do with me. But what I will say is, you feel me? Everything that he was saying, somebody's going down. Damn, somebody's going down for sure. He's getting niggas off the street.
And it's crazy because the information that Flakko has is probably more than likely accurate, considering the fact that all these gang members in Los Angeles take him as a confidant. They take Flakko as a safe source. You guys love to, for whatever reason, get on your knees and run to your daddy Flakko and tell him all your problems, all your hood's business, and all that kind of stuff. So when it comes to these Flu Flamerisco Douglas and these larceny situations, Flakko is in the mix. Flakko is in the know because your favorite podcaster, your favorite gang member, whoever wants a quick little moment in the sun or who just wants to be friends with him will spill all their business and talk too much just for a sake to have conversation. So it is what it is.
I'm going to tell you this right now. He's talking to police. He know everything that happened. He know what's went on. He know the rumors. He know the facts. He know everything of what happened. And this is just me being an LA native and me having my ear to the streets. It's like he's there. He know what happened. And somebody's going down. I'm going to just tell y'all that. For sure. But I told him he shouldn't do it.
I mean, I wouldn't do it either. Like, I feel like this kind of thing, more than anything, is what's going to make it really hard for him to move around in LA. And I know he's like not really in LA anymore, but I mean, the play he's doing here basically is kind of like the Whack and 600 thing, where like they knew that Big U was getting investigated before everybody else did. So they ran mad content about it, which I guess, all right, fair enough. Like, if you figured out that Big U is being investigated, you could talk about it. But, like, if you're really, like, predicting that somebody's going to get arrested, I mean, like, they're basically going to treat you like you're the one making it happen, even if that's totally not true.
Yeah,
You kind of are the one making it happen, though, from this.
basically. And what from what he told me is the police already.
Now, here's the thing, too. I would love to put this entirety on Flakko, but Flakko can only repeat the information that's been given to him by all these sources that he has, the people who continue to keep conversations up with him. You feel me? So, you know, you have your Ace Boy Puns, you have your ADs, you have your T-Rails, you have your whomever else is, your Compton Rick Rocks, whoever else keep little tabs with Flakko and all these little secret conversations, all the niggas, the rock stars over there on Clubhouse and all that, rat run runners and all that. Y'all keep these open lines of communication with Flakko, and he just grabs a little piece from here. He grabs a little piece from there. He grabs a little piece from there. He grabs a little piece from there. And he puts together the story. You guys are constantly including him in conversations that have nothing to do with him, whether it be public, and we can only imagine what conversations you guys have had with him on a private. So here we are. Pathetic Fatso is doing what he does. Snitching.
Know who did it, but they just basically don't want nobody else to they want it to be concrete so nobody runs away and all this type of stuff. That's what he told me.
I mean, that second sentence, though, is like
that's like,
very interesting considering he's saying another famous rapper. Just that. So he's basically implying that whoever this is a well-known, joined-up individual. Like, not
if you're
just...
from here, you know what he's talking about.
Yeah, but of course...
I could guess, but you know, if LAPD drags their feet another month, I'm
That's
dropping like that's the crazy shit to me is that he's like saying like, listen, if LAPD is gonna take too long, I'm just gonna do their job for them.
Basically.
Yeah. How you feel about it, Munchie? I talked to you this morning.
I think something wrong with him.
Now, this is where it gets extremely messy at, because for so many reasons, Munchie B has investments in this situation, but I don't think that all those investments are for the best reasons. This is a situation that could get a lot of people in trouble, and if handled a certain type of way, Munchie B could be on the list of those people.
No, for real. It's some weird shit going on in his brain.
Can you pull the mic in a little bit, I think?
I think something wrong with that nigga, bro.
With Flakko.
Yeah, something he like not normal. Something ain't right with him.
Well,
He not feeling that shit. He like, bro, trying to get the B team washed. I'm not feeling this shit.
Nah, that go for anybody. Like, why you just don't join the academy, bro? I'll tell you, you ain't even gotta be a college graduate to be a police, bro. That go for whack 600. Like who? I never heard of people go to somebody court date if they not there for themselves or to support.
okay, but
Like the shit people do is just crazy.
are you consistent with this? Because when Traplo Ross has been investigating the dude David, who allegedly killed his underage girlfriend and stuffed her into the trunk of the frunk of the Tesla.
Uh-huh.
I mean, those are like his biggest videos on his second channel that he's like ever done, I think. And then B, I didn't see anybody saying that Traplo Ross was doing something bad by basically like exposing the rumors about what was happening with the investigation of
So
that.
what they'll argue is the situation with David was about a young girl being hurt and a young girl being... They'll say it's about... You about to leave? Yeah. All right, love you. See you later. Let me know where y'all go. Oh, that's what y'all decided on? Okay. I don't want that. I don't want that. Give me a... can you bring back a patty, though?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Which one? The beef one?
Yeah, the beef. Or chicken, if that's all they got.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Love you. Huh? 2. And a juice. And a juice. Thank you. Simply wholesome for the win. Damn, what the fuck was I talking about? I don't remember.
So is your offense that you're taking to Flakko
They'll say that it's different because with the dude David, it was a little girl being hurt. And, you know, when it comes to a little girl being hurt, you know, we got to take care of that, blah, blah, blah. And when it comes to the situation with Drakeo the Ruler, humanity will be left, and they'll say that, well, he was outside beefing with dudes, and it was different because of this, it's different because of that. It's not going to be a life for a life. That's just ultimately what it comes down to. It's not going to be a life for a life. It's not going to be, the value of life matters over here, but it doesn't matter over there, and all that kind of stuff. It's just going to be flu-flammery.
Talking about this, is it solely because we can probably assume that the people he's talking about are people that you're cool with?
Trap did the video regarding this also. He done paused it and all kind of stuff. You never seen that?
Yeah, where he broke down the whole footage.
He did the with the judge. He paused it and whatever he thought. But we're talking about somebody that's talking about ain't trying to interfere with their investigation if they take too long. Like what the hell? That's two different things. That ain't, you know what I'm saying?
And I feel like, you feel me? Rest in peace to Drakeo. But I feel like it's different when you're reporting on somebody hurting a little girl and somebody hurting somebody that was in active beef. I feel like it's a little different.
For
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? Reporting on kids passing away and weird shit like that and the
weird-ass domestic violence type shit.
You know?
Everybody's like, hey, this little girl didn't deserve that. Whereas gangbangers killing each other, everybody's like, well...
Yeah, nobody deserved to die, but it's like they know what they signed up for. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think it's slightly different, but this shit is pretty crazy, Flakko. I talked to you and I was like, hey.
At the same time, this happened in public. I was at this concert. There was hella people backstage. There was all of us in the crowd waiting.
But then, see, here's the thing, though. Everybody on this couch at one point in time or another, maybe with the exception of Tam, has supported Flakko in the police activity or has had a chance to check him on the police activity and didn't and made some kind of excuse for him. Oh, it's okay because it is. Oh, it's okay because of that. Now everybody's saying, well, it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. I'm just trying to figure out when did it start being wrong. Flakko been on some bullshit. Everybody on this panel, with the maybe exception of Tam, has supported Flakko in his flu-flammery some kind of way.
For, I think, Dom Kennedy to come out after Kamaya and then this happened back. So there's a bunch of eyewitnesses that could be taking this approach. Flakko doing it from another state seems like he's inserting himself in the problem.
And it seems like he waited. Seems like he waited because this happened.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
4 years ago. And Flakko's not, he just didn't wake up privy to this information yesterday. He didn't know this. He wanted to wait until
you're a part of No Jumper. We have people that work here that are closely related to this situation, blood related to the situation. You could have took this to them. But you're using it for content, so that kind of seemed disingenuous to me as well.
So Tam is bringing up the fact that Ralphie the Plug, Draco's brother, is at No Jumper.
Oh,
well, but I don't think it's disingenuous because he makes it perfectly clear that he's all about the content. That, like, he wants to get his views.
But don't make it seem like you're out for justice, and if LAPD doesn't do something, you will. When you could have been told the people family what's up.
I wonder this, though. I agree with you, Tam, but that's not what I'm reading from this. You feel me? With the LAPD interfering, I'm dropping. I think he's saying exactly what the fuck he mean. I don't care that anybody passed away. Nigga, I'm finna get this green dollar sign on my YouTube, and I'm finna go crazy.
Well, Flakko's whole ethos is kind of like, we should get all these killers and murderers off the streets.
Yeah, so I'll simultaneously being on FaceTime with them and saying that he loves them.
And calling them prime ministers.
Yes.
I'm wondering this, though. So if he were to drop it before the investigation gets wrapped up and people are arrested, is that, like, less police-ish? Because if Trapler Ross already did this, right? He already made a video doing an extensive breakdown of what he believes happened, right? So we could say that cops could have watched that and said, oh, there are clues here. Let's follow up on the things that he's stating, right? So, like, if Trap has already done this and Flakko is seemingly going to do a similar thing, but with more ironclad evidence based off of, like, investigative paperwork, what's the difference? Isn't it just all police stuff or what?
Take the situation out of it. Anytime somebody pass away, that's what people do. Kanika Jenkins, remember when she walked into the freezer? Mm-hmm. Everybody was trying to solve that. Mm-hmm. Anytime this happened, this is what they do. But when somebody say, if they take too long, or I'm not trying to interfere with the investigation.
Nah, so here go the same thing. This is the exact same situation with the Kanika Jenkins, and nobody had a problem with that. Nobody had a problem with Flakko doing the situation with Big U and everybody else who Flakko snitched on. Nobody had a problem when Flakko was doing all this with ODM Slim with the police and all that kind of stuff, saying that he would get ODM Slim's kids taken away. Nobody had a problem. Now it's such a problem because people have investments into the situation. I said a long time ago that he was a cancer and the cancer needed to be removed before it spread. Now this cancer is spreading and you can't stop it. And now niggas want to be like, oh, well, no, it's not right because it is. Or no, it's not cool because it is. Or no, we shouldn't do it because of that. Or no, we shouldn't do it because of this and us and all that. But like, man, my nigga, y'all been supporting, cheerleading, having back-end conversations with these niggas, with this nigga for the longest. Now all of a sudden niggas got attitudes and niggas is mad, but nah, bro, it is what it is.
Like you,
Flakko has succeeded in infiltrating, having moles, having solid information at times, all out of you gangbangers. And at one point in time or another, all you niggas supported him. Every single one of you niggas. So it is what it is in one way or another. Niggas be like, oh, well, that was different because, well, it's different because. If you got to explain it, it's because you was wrong. This is the color black. This right here is the color black. Right here on my shoulder is the color black. The only way I got to explain this being the color black is if I try to tell you that it's any other color but the color black. Oh, well, technically it's yellow. Well, technically it's red. Well, technically it's blue. Technically it's this. Now we get into technicalities because I'm trying to ignore the fact that this is a black t-shirt. Right is right and wrong is wrong. When you start having to explain everything, it's because you're wrong.
like, I'm waiting on the green light. Like, I don't know what kind of shit. Like, it sound like.
Okay, so remember when Wax said when he was putting out the stuff on Big U that was the warning sign? That was like the flare in the air, like, yo, it's time to get little. Like, if you don't know, they coming. If he drops it now, is that like more respectable because he's kind of warning
ain't
people?
Respectable at all, bro. What he doing, what Wack doing is not respectable, bro. It's from a street person. Like, you don't get on the, hey, run from the police on the internet. You gotta watch YouTube.
I think it's a little different.
Go tell the Crips. I ain't pick you from 60.
I think it's different if you watch the Trap Lord Ross shit. I watched the whole. I think it was maybe like 3 hours. I sat down and watched it, and he did tell a lot of information, but he more so was on a area of people or a group of people or a gang. He said, "I'm gonna drop the name of the number one suspect." Trap Lord Ross didn't do that. He just said, Inglewood, Pyro affiliates. You know what I'm saying? He didn't pull up a mugshot of niggas and was like him. Flakko finna say, I know this nigga's first name, last name. I know he said he already won it for another altar. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Post a mugshot?
Yeah, he said he already won it for something else, and he know.
But I mean,
It just
like,
seems
also
like
if you're tapped into the LA hood Instagram community, a lot of people were making wrong assumptions based on the timing of it.
Or not, though.
You know what I'm saying? They're making really wrong assumptions, which
How
are
you know what's
wrong as in
what's
what,
not,
though?
like they're talking about people. Okay, so there's I don't know if it was Twitter Spaces or Clubhouse he was on the other day, Munchie, when he was talking to all those people.
Clubhouse.
He got you in this motherfucker.
That's
too.
what I'm saying. Like that
Hey,
like,
me saying the bottle shit, that ain't nothing.
I know it's not.
Yeah, that is something. When you say that you pass the bottle every single day to the person who unalived Drakeo the ruler, you're implementing yourself in an open murder. So that actually is something. That's probably not the smartest thing to do.
I think so, because
That's
Wack
my
won't
point.
go to jail so bad. They'll be on my Instagram.
No, it's not whack because whack wants you to go to jail so bad. That's the accountability of this. Like, these niggas on YouTube have a hard time with accountability. Trap GPT, are you there?
I'm right here.
Let me ask you a legal question. Let's say that person A was killed by person B, and person B was never charged for it, and they never solved the murder. Let's say 5 years later, I go on a public platform and I say, yeah, the person who killed person A, I pass the bottle to him every single day. I'm always smoking and drinking with him. Would that implement me in some sort of crime or some sort of conspiracy in the state of California, in the city of Los Angeles?
Just saying something in public like that isn't automatically going to get you charged, but it could attract attention. If investigators think it sounds credible, they could look into it. In California, things like aiding after the fact or conspiracy require real involvement, not just words.
So let me ask you this question. If I have a history of having a beef and a problem with person A, and I've even said things like I kicked their dead body, and then I go on a public platform and I make that statement, would that make it a little bit bad? Or a little bit worse, excuse me?
If you've got a history of conflict with that person, making statements like that would definitely raise eyebrows. It could cause people, especially law enforcement, to take what you say more seriously. While that alone doesn't prove the crime, it could increase scrutiny or even lead to questions.
Now, let's say that let's say that in the state of California, I was out on my own recognizance bail for a gun case with all this going on. Could this affect the gun case and make things worse for me and put me into a new case?
Absolutely it could. When you're out on your own recognizance, you've got conditions like staying out of trouble. If you start making statements that suggest involvement with a past crime, that could lead to more scrutiny. Even if it's not immediate proof, it could influence the court's view of your character or lead to new investigations. In short, yes, it can complicate your situation legally.
Could that make me a part of a conspiracy?
To be part of a conspiracy, there has to be an actual agreement or coordinated plan to commit a crime. Just talking after the fact, even if it sounds reckless, doesn't automatically mean you conspired. But if your words suggest you played a role before or after the crime, it could trigger deeper investigation.
Well, when I say things like I kicked the dead body, I feel like that would put me involved after the crime.
I get what you're saying. A comment like that could definitely raise suspicion, but to legally be involved after the fact, like as an accessory, you'd have to actually do something to help the person who committed the crime.
So based off the information that I've given you, what potential crimes in the state of California am I looking at if I were to make such reckless decisions?
So while reckless statements alone aren't proof of a crime, they can cause serious legal exposure if they lead to real evidence. In California, potential charges could include accessory after the fact if you helped someone escape justice, obstruction of justice if you interfered with an investigation, or even threats or false statements if law enforcement believes you're making harmful or misleading claims. Plus, if you're out on bail, a judge might revoke your release or add charges related to violating bail conditions. So those are the kinds of risks you'd be stepping into.
Unnecessary problems, man. Unnecessary problems, unnecessary problems, unnecessary problems. Easy one.
They're looking for me with a bottle or something.
Right, shit. They can come grab your ass and question you about it for sure.
But just people's names being like thrown in when they have nothing to do with it, and it's just like that. I feel, especially like Tim said earlier, when it's someone that is a no jumper, personality.
How does Ralphie feel about this?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you posting this shit on your page?
But what they saying, Tim,
that's the most messed up part.
That's disrespectful as fuck.
It's on his heart to be some type. First of all, he don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
That's obvious though.
He not trying to save lives. He don't care about none of this shit. He just a content nigga, bro. Like that's what he is. He ain't genuine about nothing. He don't give a fuck.
Well, it makes it difficult then, because at the end of the day, saying something like this, holding police evidence over people's heads, like as some kind of potential looming threat, that's beyond, I don't even know. Flakko isn't the threat. The police are the threat to the people at large. This is such a high profile case. Let's be real, guys. I think it's disrespectful, obviously, to
Ricky's making some sense.
Ralphie and shit, and the family, of course. But what he's alleging here is a conspiracy for murder. This is so high profile that, you guys are acting like Flakko is the person that's going to imprison these people.
Man, what the fuck?
The police are the people on them.
He promoting it like an album. What are you talking about?
Bro, listen. Didn't the same shit happen to Dirk, though? Weren't people saying for a year that Dirk was going to go down, that they knew that?
Here's the thing, though. If that's how you feel about it, why are you on the internet saying that you pat? Why is Munchie B specifically even on the internet speaking negatively about the situation in a term or a condition that would draw an attention to himself or the case? Once you get on the internet talking about something you shouldn't be on the internet talking about, you're no more wrong, you're no more correct or incorrect than Flakko. You're in the same position. Right is right and wrong is wrong. If the situation shouldn't have been spoken about on the internet, then it shouldn't have been spoken about on the internet. Y'all opened that door for Flakko and gave him comfort for that. And then Flakko did Flakko. Now niggas is mad. But the root of this issue of checking Flakko and his behavior could have started long before this, but nobody wants to take accountability for that. Munchie B didn't have to say that he passed the bottle to the killer or he kicked the dead body or a 16-year-old did it, but he did. He made those statements. You have to take accountability for that. When it comes to this situation, it shouldn't have been spoken upon on the internet at all. And if it was spoken upon on the internet, y'all could have let Flakko talk to himself. Nobody had to get upset or get angry and get in their emotions and get drunk and start talking on Clubhouse or talking in interviews or doing anything like that to where if the situation came up like this, you wouldn't have no worries and no concerns because you know that nothing's been said and Flakko's been talking to himself. Niggas is worried and niggas is concerned because there's been too much talk on the internet. That's the accountability nobody wants to take. It shouldn't have been had. Period, point blank. Like when Rockstar and Wack was talking about the situation with X4, it shouldn't have been had. That conversation shouldn't have been had. Period, point blank. But the conversation was had. Here we are. And now accountables must be accountable.
Dirk said he was going to go down. He went on Gillian Wallow. They said, where you see yourself in so many years? He said, indicted in the feds. He said it.
And you
what are you talking about?
Know, though, bro, how many times it's been evident in history in the last 10 years to where police will know about something and they won't jump on it until you get some sort of outrage or the internet, and then they're like, all right, now we gotta close this because the public is starting to, and that's what this will do.
Has the outrage not been there though? I've seen multiple videos of
bro,
Draco's
Flakko,
mom
same
advocating
shit with,
for justice,
10
right?
Jake got a video.
Like, I just don't understand.
10 Jake got a video with YG in the thumbnail about Draco's death like 2 days after he got killed.
No, look. They take your interview, right? He's like, we don't beef. You know what I'm saying? We'll get you. And they put the title on there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, they put a title on anything, but hey, but no, that is not what Trap Laross do is not the same. And Trap don't got a special interest. You know what I'm saying?
I think Flakko goes into a little more depth.
No. It's a battery in Flakko back. He got
Man, y'all trying to make it seem like because Flakko was talking, man, no, wrong is wrong, bro. Well, if Trapper wrong, now y'all trying to like judge the severity of the sin. Well, Trapper Ross sin, but it ain't that bad of a sin because it is. Well, I know I talked about it, but it ain't that bad because it is. Well, it's wrong because of Flakko, but when Ricky make the point, Flacco's not the one that's going to put handcuffs on you niggas. You feel me? Like, you feel me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's up? What we doing, bro?
some type of what's the word? Not incentive, but it's a battery in his back. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
the difference between
Motivation.
Flakko and Traplo Ross is that Traplo Ross will put out a video that uses a bunch of street rumors, a bunch of Reddit rumors to say, oh, this guy killed so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. Or he'll just speculate in general. But what Flakko is doing is Flakko saying there is an investigation going on and these people are about to be arrested for it, which is a little different. It honestly seems a little bit less bad, right? Because
What's less bad?
that he's saying like these people are about to get arrested for this thing. Whereas when Traplo Ross says, oh, there's mad people in the Reddit who think that this person killed this person, that to me is
Flacco's gonna get Munchie B locked up. I'm calling it. Flacco's gonna get Munchie B locked up. And Flacco's been trying to get Munchie B locked up for a minute. I said it months ago, and niggas was like, oh, Trap, you tripping. No, my nigga, every game banger at Flacco, every game banger at No Jumper, he, takes a shot at. You feel me? Like, just, it's always some bullshit with this nigga. And Flacco never forgets any form of disrespect or any time of feeling like he got marked out or whatever. Mark my words, bro. Mark my words. Mark my words. And you heard Almighty Suspect said it. You're mentioned in there. Almighty Suspect just said it. You're mentioned in there. Speaking of Munchie B.
like more likely to get somebody caught up or investigated. Whereas if Flacco says, hey, there's an investigation happening and these people are going to get picked up, I mean, it is a little weird that he's saying, like, I might just reveal it before
That's what
the
I'm saying.
police
That's
bring
the
it
one
out.
that-
Yes.
What's horrible is him saying that he's waiting on the green light and he don't want to interfere with the investigation. Like, what you acting like you work at the station or something? Versus Traplo Ross, he doing what all these other YouTubers do. They copy and paste him. There's No Jumper interview, that interview, this interview, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? That shit, and everybody know that's kind of like harmless. This nigga, I don't know what he woke up on.
But that's why I asked you, Munchie, like, do you think that if he just put it out, it would just be like less of a hit type of thing? Like, instead of I'm not trying to interfere with the police investigation, he just puts it out. He's just trying to go viral. Whatever his means is, would that be like less bad, like less police activity type shit?
That's potentially helping the police more.
Yeah.
Like 100. It's like the
That's
opposite.
you convicting
Like,
a person in public, basically.
Yeah,
we
Because
all
you gotta
know.
look at it like this too, right? Say this suspect, he doesn't know that the police is looking for him yet, or
No
he
way.
might know that, or he might not know that he the prime suspect. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, drop this, and the police could be watching your movements, your flight patterns, what you buying, all that type of stuff. And this video drops. What if said dude get them moving around and try to run? You know what I'm saying? And that the police are already watching him. So I'm saying that'll make him look even more guilty. We're already watching you.
Niggas like him, and right, that's a lot of reason why people don't want to come up here and interview, bro. These weird type vibes, bro. Like who?
Flacco's nearly never here.
Man, but see, here go the thing though. Adam, you facilitated the space. This is where accountability doesn't come into play. Well, Flacco's never here. Nigga, you've been supporting police activity for the longest. For the longest, bro. You've been supporting and facilitating police activities. Now you want to be like, oh, well, he's never really here like that. You niggas be telling. Come on, bro. It's easy.
It's association with the brand, though, for sure.
Look. That's I had to tell bro. Stop sending me this link. They reporting what he that's out there. He talking about what he about to drop like an album. Like that's not no jumper work. That's Flakko work. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of. But that's on him, man.
I mean, my main thing is like
that nigga. That's good for that nigga. I get if it make him happy, I guess.
I had somebody hit me up saying basically like, hey, if Flacco's dropping this kind of content, it's gonna get treated like No Jumper's the ones dropping that content.
Definitely.
Which he's right. On one hand, I think Flacco's totally within his right to expose whatever the fuck he wants to say about an ongoing investigation. Because I mean, it's not any different than what happens in the real media world, where the New York Times, if they find out that there's an investigation going on into a alleged crime that Donald Trump committed, they are going to publish an article where the title is, there is an investigation going on into Donald Trump for X, Y, and Z. And that's not considered even slightly out of the ordinary for them to sort of preemptively say, hey, we found out about an investigation that is taking place. I personally don't want that stuff being revealed on my platform. And at this time, it's kind of useful. I think that Flacco's like not here or not consistently on the channel.
Honestly, your platform being used for that type of stuff any other time. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, when it came to Big U and all that kind of stuff, nobody had a problem. When it came to the Crenshaw district, nobody had a problem. Now it's an issue. These are no different than all the things that we've been watching go on over and over and over and over and over at this platform, bro. We've seen this time and time again.
I think unless he drops some kind of crazy bomb, we won't be covering it any further.
Well, the thing is, like, the police and the media have had a very tenuous relationship for a long time, and anytime there is investigations, there'll be communication. They'll be like, hey, don't reveal this. So they'll do media blackouts and things like that.
Man,
it's very commonly done.
You gotta know when this dropped, though, they gonna be like, yeah, Flakko and ADAM22 some snitches. They gonna throw your name in automatically.
No, they're not.
I'm telling you,
making
niggas
that up.
already hit me this morning about it, and I just work here.
Bro, niggas is for sure gonna put your name in it, because why are you involving yourself in flammery, skullduggery, and larceny, Mr. 22? Why are you facilitating the flammery, the skullduggery, and the larceny? And with this situation, no, Adam didn't have anything to do with it, but you've been a part of supporting Flakko and hyping Flakko up and all this kind of stuff. You another one that's guilty by association, bro. It sucks, but it's true.
Throw your name in automatically.
No, they're not.
I'm telling you, niggas already hit me this morning about it, and I just work here. I'm not the owner of the
Nobody's gonna
company.
say ADAM22 snitched on it when I didn't have anything to do with creating the content.
You think they gonna group
You want that to be true, but that's not actually reality
if
for anyone.
niggas is calling the workers, this isn't my company.
Yeah, they're calling the workers because they want them to lean on Flakko for it to not come out. But if No Jumper's not the one
that's
pushing
not
it
what they
forward,
said. I can show you the message. It was more so, damn, that's what's going on up there, bro. And I'm like, he's in Texas.
Yeah.
But they don't know that. Nobody know that nigga's in Texas.
Oh, so he's not in Nebraska. He's in Texas, like I've been saying, taking care of that baby that ain't his.
I mean, if your argument is that there is some retard out there that would try to make that argument, then I feel you. But I object to the notion that that's going to be the prevailing narrative, was that I had a role in it just because Flakko, somebody who used to be on this podcast consistently.
Adam, it's No Jumper host, Poetic Flakko. That's enough.
So it seemed like
that part. That's enough. That's enough. Not saying you had any part or any, just the fact that this post, No Jumper host, Poetic Flakko, that automatically come down on all of us, including you.
So you're saying you think I should formally excommunicate Flakko from being known as a No Jumper host?
No, I don't think so.
If he been gone since last year and he came up to say, I'm way worse, and to be a co-defendant with Jalise that one time, when have you been back?
Wait, what?
When have you been back other than that Tuesday show?
Flakko?
That's the only time, or like...
Yeah, he pulled up that one time, and that was it, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So, is he a host still?
I would say the door is open for him to be on the podcast. However, you know, is he consistently on the channel? Obviously not.
Regardless, he's still a
You gotta
For
be
things
a
like
real
this,
No
though,
Jumper fan to know that.
Do you
know what
want
I'm
to
saying?
distance yourself from him if that narrative is going to be prevailing, that Flakko is doing
I mean,
murder
what more do I need to
investigation
do
work?
to distance myself from, aside from the fact that he doesn't live in this state and he's not consistently been on the channel for a year?
You gotta say
I
it.
think you're thinking about it too much
So now ADAM22 is trying to step away from Flakko. It's crazy how now ADAM22 is trying to step away from Flakko because Adam's not done. And if you think that Adam doesn't know what Flacco's doing or didn't have a heads up on what Flacco's doing, you're crazy. But Adam is finna watch a lot of people around him in that building separate and divide because Flacco's finna put Munchie B in a twist over a crazy situation. And nobody wants to act like it's going on. Everybody wants to be like, oh, da, da, da. No, the fact of the matter is Flacco's foul, and he's been looking for a victim for a long time to make this grandstand of being the police, and I think that he's finally found it. And it's unfortunate that Munchie is collateral damage to the situation.
In our day-to-day life and not the prevailing feelings on the internet that Flakko is a part of.
Your average person doesn't even know that he don't be here no more. Your average person don't know that he live in Texas. You gotta
he's
be
been
like,
gone for a year,
you know?
so I feel like, it's a pretty safe bet that anybody who really wants to know or is paying attention at all probably knows that he's not consistently on the channel at this time.
Although he is one of the most prominent No Jumper affiliates, so people still kind of
associate him with the brand.
Niggas still associate fucking AD uncle with this shit. Like, come on, man.
For real.
Stop. What are we doing, man?
But if somebody try to tell me, hey, OG Suicide is fucking up No Jumper's image, I'm going to be like, okay, that is officially too burnt out of a take for me to engage with.
You see what I'm saying? But it's because Flakko has been here a long time. He's been one of the most prominent hosts, and even just like the Post, No Jumper host. That nigga's still a host here, regardless if he be here or not. People are still gonna see him as that. And bullshit spreads faster than facts, right? If Flakko say some dumb shit on Instagram right now, that's gonna spread way faster than us talking about he lives in Texas every Tuesday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People don't know that.
Okay, we're not necessarily associated with Flakko, right? Because he's not here, hasn't been here. But this is posted on the No Jumper platform.
No, and Sun said it. It says No Jumper host. Literally, that is in the post on our.
So it's in the post on the No Jumper page. So yes, Flakko is associated with No Jumper. Easy call.
On all of us.
But I think he still got the password to post. So did he post this?
Nah, he didn't. My man sitting right here did.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's Nathan. That's Nathan.
That is true.
We're doing it to ourselves, my nigga. That's all I'm saying is don't think that niggas is going to drop this and everybody in this room is not going to hear something about it.
This is a major edit if this is getting edited.
I mean, it's...
There you go, Nathan. Stand up for yourself, Nathan.
I never even edited on the browser before. Show it on the screen, but yeah, I mean, sure, all right. Oh, wow, look at this.
That's crazy.
There you go.
Look, I didn't want to say that to get Flakko.
Nathan just fired him.
That's what I'm saying.
You lied to me, Flock.
I'm just saying, man.
Hit the refresh.
Yeah, you got to refresh it.
That's crazy. Damn.
Okay, now he fired him. Damn, fired by a Mexican. You know he ain't gonna like that. Wow. All right, let's go to the next one. See, that's what y'all got to get used to. All right,
man. So we up out here to the next one, man. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. Gone.
Protest the air, Smith. We on the air. Protest the air at our best. You know that, man. Off the air. You know what I'm saying? We out here, ground zero for the neighborhood hero. We got all four corners. TMC, the marathon definitely continue. Mr. Burger right here, live in the flesh. We out here, man. Trap knows. You know that, nigga.
Dangerous. Work all in the floorboards. Tell the ops check the scoreboard. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. And if you shoot, you ain't miss. A nigga ball like game 6. A nigga ball like game 6.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Water like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bullshit, you can save it. Water like us niggas up in game 6.
Game 60 bands on my neck when I got it on me. And I remember I was broke, I never let him hold me. Final seconds with my back against the wall. 81 point strong with this K, I call it Kobe. Running through this lettuce, nothing you can tell us. Gotta watch my back, I know that they get jealous. Real shit, I got rich, ain't gotta embellish. Real life made men, they call us good fellas. And I ain't got anxiety, I know it's intuition. May never love a bitch, but I for sure play my position. I know the streets talking, I'm cracking, so I ain't tripping. I said I play for keeps, but I guess them niggas ain't listening. Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. Nah, you can't come outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's outside, nigga.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
I've been winning, tell my ops check the scoreboard. Money in the attic, work all in the floorboards. Late night, that's the life that we pray for. Overtime with the pack is what we in the game for. Put myself in the game and everything is just a memory. Made a couple plays for the pain, not an enemy. Gotta watch my friends more, I gotta watch the enemies. Fake is hella fake, I know what enemies intentions. I let it go until it click if I'm aiming. Started staying safe and ended up staying dangerous. Game on the line, see the pressure I can take. Hall of Fame shit, so if it's mine, I'ma take. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
Safe like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas always inside when it's dangerous. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.